There are several versions of this urban legend, which is well known in Japan actually, and kind of interesting. But all versions, no matter which one, have something in common. First, Teke Teke is a woman. Second, her lower half of her body is missing. And third, she kills people immediately, actually, if they look at her. Let's take a look at this version. The movie starts actually well with Teke Teke making its first appearance, though in the shadows, killing his first victim, or should I say, her first victim. Then we jump to the main protagonist called Ohashi Kana, played by Oshima Yuko. You will see a bit of the typical everyday things in her school and the relationship between her and her friend, but don't worry, they don't focus too much on it. The crush of her friend towards a young man is rather a little side story that is quickly forgotten and even handled. This because the focus, of course, is Teke Teke. Why is it called Teke Teke? Well, apparently because when it moves, it makes tick, 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 and it sounds like Teke Teke, so that's why it's called Teke Teke. What happens is that the monster appears a few times throughout the movie, but not too often, since after the first half, the focus is rather to stop Teke Teke without actually fighting it directly. Especially since Kana is being targeted by Teke Teke. Why? Well, after her friend was killed, she went to visit her grave, or rather the place where she died. But what she didn't know at the time is that that place is dangerous because of that monster. You can try to run, but you can't escape. If you turn around and look at that monster, you are deader than dead. If you, by some sort of luck, manage to escape, you will die for sure 3 days later by the hands of that monster. Kana manages to escape, so the clock was ticking, that's why she was being targeted and needs to find a method to survive. And that's why the movie actually works rather well. Sure, it has the horror element to it. You will fear that monster and probably get the chills by just seeing it in the shadows. It's not the typical child ghost or something like that. It's a woman missing the lower half of her body, chasing your ass. It can be a scary element, but this movie doesn't go over the top with it. It uses its time as well to show a bit of the everyday life of the main characters, as well the whole investigation that Kana does about the monster. Sure, you can include the mystery genre to this, which is fine by me if it leads up to something, and here it does. The times you see Teke Teke are rather in short bursts at the right moments. It's well appreciated and it builds up the monster. Like in the beginning, you only see it in the shadows, but by the end you will see the full thing, and even though the design is rather typical, it's still effective with rather decent to good effects. Oshima Yuko, the main actress, was actually a member of a very large Japanese band called AKB48 at the time. By that you may think that the acting would be bad or cheesy, as it tends to be if idols are used as main characters in movies, and while she doesn't get any Oscars for it, she still did a decent job. There were some slightly awkward acting moments from the other actors, but it's nothing to shake your head over. To make it short, ultimately the movie certainly doesn't do anything new, but it has some kind of uniqueness to it. But as a movie showing one version of a well-known urban legend with decent acting, mixing horror and mystery around 70 minutes running time, this movie is worth it. Don't expect crazy shit or it to be over the top gory, always scary or anything. Expect a rather well balanced horror mystery movie for what it is.